Hey, it's your girl Kimba Zola, me and Black Nation, aka my car, out taking a ride, traveling down the country road at this point. I wanted to take a little time to talk about gratitude and what gratitude really is. In order to tell you what it is, I have to take you back a little bit. Maybe like in 2006, 2007, Minister Farrakhan had to have a surgery that he put off. And he was determined to make his way to the believers for a Savior's Day. Yet he knew that he had to have this surgery. And as he was getting ready to go into surgery, he made a prayer to Allah, and it was just simply stating that he was allowing Allah's will to be done. You know, that if it was the will of Allah for him to be in front of the believers, that's where he would be. If it was the will of Allah to go through the surgery and make him whole, that's where he would be. And then what he did was he put a prayer out to the believers so that we would always know that gratitude is most important, because we belong to Allah, and because we belong to Allah, His will must be done, not ours. Fast forward, this morning my dad reminded me that today, well, first of all, he asked me did I know what today was, right? And I told him that it was my grandfather's birthday. May God be pleased with him, as he passed on a few years ago. And he said, yeah, but go back a little bit more. I'm like, I don't know, what is it? And so he told me that it was 10 years to the day that he found himself in the hospital because he had a heart attack. Now, the thing about this heart attack is that he was walking dead. We have 4 arteries that go into our heart, and 3 of his arteries were clogged, almost to the point that if he was not actually as active as he is, that he would have really been dead. So that means that you always have to get out and work, but that's not the message that I'm trying to give here. So what he was reflecting on was that morning of the heart attack, and he was saying that he was in conflict because there was some, things going on in terms of, like business and, some of the brothers that he was dealing with. And he was really torn because he was really frustrated about something, And so he said a prayer. And in saying that prayer, he was asking Allah to make him whole, And he was asking him to allow Allah's will to be done, and if it was for him to approach the situation, then he should approach the situation, and if it wasn't for him to approach the situation, that the situation would be removed from him. Lo and behold, I suppose a few hours or so later, he had this heart attack. Oh my God, right? And so some would think, oh my God, the world is crashing on me, what am I to do? Nothing is going right. But instead, in gratitude, what he did was he took that lesson and he determined that he had the heart attack because he was not to deal with the brothers in that time or the situation in that time, that it would all be taken care of, right? So Allah basically fought the battle for him, removed him, put him in the hospital. But in gratitude, he saw that that was not the end. Fast forward 10 years later, or rewind, because I get those mixed up, back, forward. So what happened is that the doctor told him that statistics have proven that when someone has a heart attack, especially on the magnitude that he did, that more often than not, that type of occurrence would happen again. And that he may not survive it, because this isn't something that he should have survived. 3 out of 4 main arteries clogged. Well, anyway, as Allah would have it, not only has he moved in his life and he's put him in positions to always be helpful, to be a fruit and to push forward and to plant seeds from the fruit that he has, and to develop others, into men, and show women what it looks like to have, the right type of man on your side. I think I'm getting off topic. Let me go back. The moral of the story is Allah had another plan for him. And 10 years later, he has not had another heart attack. Matter of fact, his health has been way better than it was even prior to that. He suffered with high cholesterol and, some other things, but he's been put in a position to be here a little bit longer. And at 65, he's still running up and down the street with 6-year-olds and, screaming loud. He tried not to because he think he's like a real cool cat, whatever. But, trying to have a deep tone in his voice when he wants somebody to take him serious. I think everybody take him serious except me. Go figure. But he's here for a reason. And part of the reason that he is here is because he showed gratitude. So after these 6 minutes have gone by from start to finish and all the words that I put in between, I just want you to pause and take time for all the wins that you have received. Pause and take time to reflect on everything that you thought was a struggle and realize how it became your success. I want you to pause and take time just to be thankful, just to be able to see that you are important, you are loved. And as long as you know that you have the ability to open your eyes again, then you have the ability to conquer whatever it is you put your mind to. May Allah bless you with a peaceful day. And remember, love is gratitude, gratitude is love, and none of it can happen without God. Peace.